Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for the metals price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. This is an intraday for the metals, gold, silver and palladium to see what's gonna happen and what it might happen next. So starting with the gold here, where we are still looking for a potential deep correction here that it might be unfolding due of course to a very extended wave 3. So we might expect of course a very deep wave 4 after it, and we see of course the gold ranging below the 4K. Now currently we are looking or estimating of course this triangle formation here, A, B, C, D, E, and that due of course of the zigzags that we have, an A zigzag for wave B, another zigzag for wave C, showing weakness today by the way, as expected for a wave D here in the triangle, that it might be unfolding as of course a zigzag, and we're looking for a wave E after it and then dropping down again for the gold. So basically the things are still of course very corrective, and that, if you remember, due to this 3 wave after of course the lowest low taken here after this correction, the trend is still downward and we still corrective, meaning we might continue simply for lower prices sooner or later. So I don't see yet, of course, any signal of strength here for the gold. Since there, I'm still looking for one more low before we start to jump towards higher prices later on. The target still potentially to hit the blue box here in confluence between those two numbers, 3,800, 3,765, which it might end up a wave C there after a wave B in triangle. So if this is a triangle that we are looking for, it might be the case scenario that it might finish also a wave 4 there, which is of course considered as a wave 4 correction after 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 toward the upside. Yep, so the things are still of course unclear for bullish definitely, and we're still looking for lower for the gold. Let's move for the silver. For the silver is the same case, actually a little bit much more clearer even. We can see clearly, of course, this impulse moving downward, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here. After, of course, finishing 5 waves for a wave A, potentially 3 waves, of course, already giving a signal for a correction, meaning the price is going to continue for lower sooner or later. And that means, of course, we might be in 2 possibilities, whether unfinished wave B for higher prices and then moving down, or we are in a triangle here formation, which is obviously and clearly we got kind of like a signal today that we are in this triangle option here, which it might be an A, B, C, D, and an E. So we're looking as well here for a potential triangle formation, A, B, C, D, and an E to finish a wave B later on probably. And of course, then we're still looking for a major wave C here, which might be deeper as an A, B, and a C. Can it be very deep for a 1-to-1? $41? Well, can be possible. Don't forget that if we are here in an impulse as well, where you are looking for 1, 2, 3, and you're looking for a wave 4 over there, the wave 4 might, of course, be very deep, and that is due, of course, to the extension that we saw, of course, in this case scenario for the silver. Well, actually, this is the wave 4 that we have here. Yeah, so it's still extending. The orange scenario is coming later on. Here we go. So yeah, and I'm expecting honestly the wave 5 that it might unfold over there might be very short, guys. So it's a little bit hard to get a very high wave 5, and that because of course after a deep wave 4 and especially a strong wave 3, we might get only a short wave 5, which it might be simply taking the high and then dropping down for another wave 4 probably here in the orange scenario, in case this is gonna happen later on. So we're gonna see step by step, of course. Yeah, so for the silver as well, the same as for the gold, nothing yet ready and clear for bullish. We still probably here ranging for a while, whether in triangle or in an ABC for a wave B and then dropping down for a wave C 1-to-1 fib level. All right, so that was for the silver. If we move for the palladium here as well, the palladium on the 2-hour chart, we see also an impulse wave A. Potentially, you might be here in a triangle, A, B, C, D, E, and finished. And the palladium probability here is very high that it has finished the triangle as of course wave B. and we are already moving or shifting for lower here. So the palladium is a little bit in rush here with the metals for lower prices. We can see a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 might be unfolding for a wave a C over there, of course, for a bigger A, B, and a C, 1 to 1 fib level or 0.618 in case it's gonna be short, but I doubt it. I think we're gonna dive deeper a little bit for this scenario. But don't forget that the invalidation here, the invalidation is already taken, by the way. Yeah, for palladium, we got already invalidation, so you cannot count here a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 because already taken. So the possibility here might be, of course, for this potential diagonal. So if I take a copy here and we take the lowest low, so yeah, we might get, of course, something lower that it might hit the 0.618, meaning kind of like this diagonal, and then start to move for higher maybe later on for a wave 5. And that ending diagonal or leading diagonal can be also, or it can be, yeah, double 1, 2, also very likely as well, like 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 after a bigger 1, 2 can be also. So two possibilities here for the bullish, whether we are in big 1, 2 and several 1, 2s for the wave 3 here, or you are in simple leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for another bigger 1, 2, and then moving toward the upside. And that means, of course, make it double 1, 2. But yeah, the things are still yet looking for lower right now. I believe if the things break this trend line, which is parallel to here, well, we gotta be careful. It might be a W, X, and a Y here. And that means, of course, something is very complex and very corrective there. Finishing in 3 waves zigzag, ABC, and dropping down. Only if we break, of course, this channel here, taken, of course, from the highs to the lows. Yep, so these are the possibilities for palladium as well, whether we are double 1, 2s or a diagonal, I would say, in a bigger 1, 2. And whether you are in a wave Y finished and you're looking for something deeper as an impulse. Don't forget this is an impulse here, which it might play as 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. But what is evident is that you have a triangle, and a wave 2 is not allowed to be a triangle, which is, yeah, very likely to be here a wave B rather than a wave 2. Yep, so these are the updates for the gold, for the silver, and for palladium. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.